Question 1. When considering the design of an OSI network for a financial institution that must keep sensitive customer data in a highly secure subnet with no internet exposure, which networking component would be most suitable for enabling access to only specific OSI public services without using the public internet? A. Internet gateway. B. Service gateway. C. NAT gateway. D. Dynamic routing gateway. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. A service gateway allows private resources to access OSI public services like object storage without traversing the public internet, meeting compliance and security needs for sensitive workloads. Internet gateway exposes resources publicly, violating isolation requirements. NAT gateway allows private instances to reach the internet but is unsuitable for strict no-internet policies. Dynamic routing gateway is for on-premise private network connectivity, not direct access to OSI public services. Question 2. In light of recent developments, Maria is migrating her company's analytics workloads to OSI. She needs service that automatically patches, scales, and secures itself, freeing her team from database administration tasks while ensuring high availability. Which service should she choose? A. Autonomous database. B. ME system. C. Exadata cloud service. D. Object storage. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Autonomous database is self-driving, self-securing, and self-repairing, ideal for reducing operational overhead in analytics workloads. ME system still requires manual patching and management. Exadata cloud service provides high performance but not full autonomous capabilities. Object storage is for unstructured data storage and not suitable for database workloads. Question 3. While examining OSI's shared security model, which responsibility always falls on the customer rather than Oracle? A. Physical data center security. B. Applying security patches to OSI's infrastructure. C. Configuring EM policies and managing user access. D. Maintaining the availability of the OSI backbone network. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. In the shared security model, Oracle secures the underlying infrastructure and physical facilities, while customers are responsible for configuring and managing access and securing workloads. Physical security and backbone network availability are Oracle's domain. Infrastructure patching is Oracle's responsibility, but customer-level resource security configuration is entirely on the tenant. Question 4. During the process of setting up multiple environments in OSI, David wants a logical way to group resources for better cost tracking and fine-grained access control, ensuring different teams have separate boundaries. Which feature should he use? A. Compartments. B. Availability domains. C. Fault domains. D. Tenancies. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Compartments provide a logical separation of resources for access control and cost management within. A tenancy, availability domains are physical data center groupings for resilience, not organizational boundaries. Fault domains isolate hardware failure within an ad. Tenancy is the root compartment, not suitable for creating multiple project-level separations. Question 5. The core principles of OSI's block volume service include enabling administrators to clone running instances boot volume without downtime. Which scenario best demonstrates an appropriate use of this feature? A. Scaling compute resources horizontally. B. Creating consistent test environment from production without interruption. C. Providing internet access to private instances. D. Distributing traffic across multiple backend servers. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Cloning a boot volume from a running instance allows creation of identical environments for testing without affecting production uptime. Scaling compute is unrelated to boot volume cloning. Internet access is achieved via gateways, not storage features. Load balancing distributes traffic but is unrelated to volume cloning. Question 6. With the advent of OSI fault domains, what is the primary benefit of deploying compute instances across multiple fault domains within the same availability domain? A. Reduced network latency between instances. B. Enhanced resilience to localized hardware failures. C. Lower operational costs through resource pooling. D. Ability to use different VCNS simultaneously. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Fault domains provide hardware isolation within an ad, so spreading instances across them mitigates the impact from localized failures. Latency benefits are negligible compared to placing instances in the same fault domain. Resource pooling doesn't depend on fault domains vice versa, networking construct unrelated to fault isolation. Question 7. Taking into account the need for OSI cost management, which tool would you use to set predefined spending limits and receive alerts before exceeding the budget? A. Cloud Advisor. B. Budgets. C. Usage reports. D. Cost analysis. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Budgets in OSI allow setting spending thresholds and generating alerts when usage nears or exceeds the limit. Cloud Advisor provides optimization recommendations, not spending caps. Usage reports give historical cost and usage data, but no proactive alerts. Cost analysis visualizes spending but doesn't enforce budget limits. Question 8. Based on the information provided, Liam wants to run containerized applications in a managed Kubernetes environment on OSI, minimizing administrative effort for control plane management. Which service should he use? A. Container engine for Kubernetes Oak. B. OSI functions. C. Autonomous Linux. D. Resource manager. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Oak is a fully managed Kubernetes service that handles control plane operations while letting users focus on deploying and managing containerized applications. OSI functions is for serverless function execution, not container orchestration. Autonomous Linux automates OR-level tasks, not Kubernetes. Resource Manager provisions infrastructure via Terraform, not Kubernetes. Question 9. By evaluating different connectivity options, which is best for establishing a dedicated high-bandwidth private connection from an on-premises data center to OSI without traversing the public internet? A. VPN Connect. B. Internet Gateway. C. Fast Connect. D. Service Gateway. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Fast Connect provides dedicated, private, high-bandwidth connectivity between on-premises and OSI, avoiding public internet ruts. VPN Connect uses encrypted tunnels over the internet, not physically dedicated lines. Internet Gateway provides public internet access. Service Gateway allows private access to OSI public services, but not on-premises connectivity. Question 10. Through careful analysis of OSI service models, which example best represents platform as a service pulse? A. Bare metal compute instances. B. Autonomous data warehouse. C. Object storage standard tier. D. Virtual cloud network. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Autonomous data warehouse is a POS offering where Oracle manages infrastructure, patching, and scaling, and customers focus only on using the database. Bare metal compute is IaaS. Object storage is storage as a service, not PaaS. vCNE, a networking resource, not a platform layer service. Question 11. In the context of designing a highly available web application, Sarah deploys compute instances across multiple availability domains. She wants to ensure traffic is evenly distributed and failures in one ad do not affect users. Which OSI service should she implement? A. Load balancer. B. Block volume. C. NAT gateway. D. Fast Connect. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Load balancers distribute incoming traffic across multiple compute instances in different availability domains, providing high availability and fault tolerance. Block volumes are for storage, not traffic distribution. NAT gateway allows outbound internet access from private instances but does not balance traffic. Fast Connect provides private connectivity from on-premises unrelated to internal application distribution. Question 12. Considering the evidence, Rog is planning to store archival data that rarely needs to be accessed but must be retained for compliance purposes. Which OSI storage tier should he choose? A. Object Storage Standard. B. Object Storage Archive. C. Block Volume. D. File Storage. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Object Storage Archive tier is optimized for long-term, infrequently accessed data with cost-effective storage suitable for compliance and archival needs. Standard tier is for frequently accessed data. Block volumes are for instant storage with higher IOPS, not archival. File storage provides an FS-style access for active workloads, not long-term archival. Question 13. From a practical standpoint, when an organization wants to reduce capital expenditure (CapEx) by shifting to cloud consumption, which financial model best supports this goal? A. Operational expenditure (OpEx). B. Pay-as-you-go. C. Universal credits. D. Reserved instances. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Universal credits provide flexible payment for cloud resources, allowing organizations to shift from upfront CapEx to predictable OpEx consumption. Pay-as-you-go is OpEx, but less predictable. Reserved instances lock resources for discounts but require upfront commitment. OpEx is the general concept, whereas universal credits operationalize it across OSI services. Question 14. Under the assumption that a developer wants to automate provisioning of OSI resources using Terraform while ensuring version control, which service should they leverage? A. Resource Manager. B. IAM. C. Cloud Advisor. D. OSI Audit. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. OSI Resource Manager is a managed Terraform service that automates infrastructure deployment, version control, and configuration management. IAM governs access, not provisioning. Cloud Advisor gives optimization recommendations. OSI Audit tracks API calls and changes but does not provision resources. Question 15. Based on the information, Emily notices some compute instances must communicate with internal databases without exposing traffic to the public internet. Which OSI networking component should she use? A. NAT gateway. B. Service gateway. C. Internet gateway. D. Load balancer. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. A service gateway enables private resources to access OSI public services without internet exposure. NAT gateway provides outbound internet access for private instances. Internet gateway exposes instances publicly. Load balancer distributes traffic but does not provide private routing to OSI services. Question 16. In what ways can deploying compute instances across multiple fault domains within the same ad enhance operational continuity? A. Reduces single-point hardware failure risk. B. Minimizes data transfer costs. C. Enables horizontal scaling automatically. D. Isolates failures across physical hardware racks. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Fault domains are isolated hardware groupings within an availability domain. Deploying across them protects against localized hardware failures. While this indirectly supports operational continuity, it does not automatically scale resources or reduce data transfer costs. The key is physical failure isolation rather than performance optimization. Question 17. During the process of securing sensitive OSI workloads, Michael wants to enforce strict security policies automatically at the compartment level, ensuring non-compliant resources cannot be created. Which OSI service is designed for this purpose? A. Security zones. B. IAM groups. C. Cloud Advisor. D. Key Management Service. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. OSI security zones enforce strict security policies during resource creation in a compartment, automatically blocking violations. IAM groups manage user permissions but cannot enforce compartment-level security policies. Cloud Advisor provides recommendations. Key Management Service manages encryption keys but does not prevent policy violations. Question 18. Through the lens of OSI monitoring and notifications, a company wants to receive alerts where CPU usage exceeds thresholds in real time for multiple instances. Which best practice should they implement? A. Create metric alarms with notification topics. B. Use Cloud Advisor to optimize CPU usage. C. Enable audit logs for API tracking. D. Deploy a load balancer in front of the instances. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. OSI monitoring allows creating metric alarms that trigger notifications topics when thresholds are exceeded, enabling proactive incident management. Cloud Advisor provides recommendations but does not send real-time alerts. Audit tracks API calls, not performance metrics. Load balancers distribute traffic but do not allow on CPU edge. Question 19. When faced with a scenario where an on-premises data center requires high-speed, private connectivity to OSI for large-scale data replication, which approach is optimal? A. Fast Connect. B. VPN Connect. C. Internet Gateway. D. NAT Gateway. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Fast Connect provides dedicated, high-bandwidth, private connectivity between on-premises and OSI, ideal for large data transfers. VPN Connect uses encrypted internet tunnels, limiting bandwidth. Internet Gateway exposes traffic publicly. NAT Gateway only allows private instances to access the internet, not private on-premises links. Question 20. The primary reason for using OSI tenancy and compartments together is to A. Organize resources and control access hierarchically. B. Enable multi-VCNS to communicate automatically. C. Reduce latency between availability domains. D. Provide automatic patching for compute instances. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. OSI tenancy and compartments provide a hierarchical structure to organize resources, manage costs, and enforce access control. They do not inherently reduce latency between availability domains, enable automatic VCN communication, or patch compute instances. Their primary function is logical resource organization and access governance. Question 21. From the perspective of a startup scaling its application globally, Oliver wants to deploy compute resources in OSI regions closest to major user bases to reduce latency and improve user experience. Which OSI feature should he focus on? A. Availability domains. B. Regions. C. Fault domains. D. Compartments. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. OSI regions are geographically isolated locations with multiple availability domains, allowing global deployment closer to users, reducing latency and improving application responsiveness. Availability domains provide redundancy within a region but do not address geographic distribution. Fault domains only isolate hardware failures, not network latency. Compartments are for resource organization, access control, not geographic deployment. Question 22. When analyzing OSI identity and access management, Emma wants to grant developers access to specific compute instances while ensuring other resources remain restricted. What is the best practice to achieve this? A. Assign EM policies at the compartment level. B. Use security lists to control instance access. C. Enable multi-factor authentication. D. Deploy NAT gateways for restricted access. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. EM policies at the compartment level allow precise control over who can access specific resources without affecting other compartments. Security lists control network traffic, not user permissions. MFA enhances account security but does not manage resource access. NAT gateways manage outbound internet connectivity, not EM-based access restrictions. Question 23. Given the circumstances, a healthcare company must ensure encryption keys for patient data are managed securely and rotated periodically. Which OSI service provides centralized control over encryption keys and meets regulatory compliance? A. Key Management Service (KMS). B. Security Zones. C. Object Storage Archive. D. Resource Manager. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. KMS allows centralized creation, management, rotation, and lifecycle control of encryption keys, crucial for securing sensitive data and meeting compliance requirements. Security zones enforce compartment-level policies but do not manage keys. Object Storage Archive stores data but does not provide key management. Resource Manager automates infrastructure provisioning unrelated to key lifecycle control. Question 24. While examining cloud deployment models, Sophia needs a solution where her company retains full control over infrastructure but leverages virtualization. Which deployment model aligns with this requirement? A. Public cloud. B. Private cloud. C. Hybrid cloud. D. Community cloud. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Private cloud provides exclusive infrastructure for a single organization, granting full control over security, configuration, and compliance, often through virtualization. Public cloud offers shared resources with less control. Hybrid cloud combines private and public environments for flexibility but involves shared management. Community cloud serves multiple organizations with common requirements but provide exclusive control. Question 25. Taking into account OSI compute services, Henry wants to run an application with predictable workloads but needs dedicated physical servers for licensing compliance. Which compute type should he choose? A. Virtual machine (VM). B. Bare metal. C. Dedicated virtual host. D. Autonomous database. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Dedicated virtual hosts provide isolated physical servers where multiple VM instances can run, meeting licensing and compliance requirements while still leveraging virtualization. Bare metal offers full physical servers but lacks the ability to host multiple isolated tenants. VMs share underlying hardware and may not meet strict licensing requirements. Autonomous databases, a managed data service unrelated to general-purpose compute hosting. Question 26. In light of recent developments, a logistics company wants to enforce automated alerts whenever object storage bucket permissions are modified to prevent accidental data exposure. Which OSI service is best suited for this? A. OSI Audit. B. Cloud Advisor. C. Security Zones. D. Key Management Service. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. OSI Audit logs all API calls and tracks configuration changes, enabling automated alerts when storage permissions change, helping prevent accidental exposure of sensitive data. Cloud Advisor provides optimization recommendations but not real-time alerts. Security Zones enforce policies at creation but do not retroactively alert on permission changes. KMS manages encryption key, unrelated to permission monitoring. Question 27. To illustrate this point, Liam wants to host microservices in a containerized environment without managing the Kubernetes control plane. Which OSI service should he deploy? A. Container engine for Kubernetes Oak. B. Resource manager. C. Virtual cloud network vCN. D. File storage. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Oak provides a fully managed Kubernetes service abstracting control plane management while allowing deployment of containerized microservices. Resource Manager provisions infrastructure using Terraform but does not manage Kubernetes clusters. vCN is foundational networking infrastructure. File storage provides Nefer-style storage for instances, not container orchestration. Question 20. From multiple perspectives, an organization wants to optimize costs by recommending resource resizing, eliminating idle resources, and improving security posture. Which OSI service directly supports these capabilities? A. Cloud Advisor. B. OSI Audit. C. Monitoring. D. Key Management Service. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Cloud Advisor analyzes OSI resources, offering actionable recommendations for cost optimization, security improvements, and performance enhancements. OSI Audit provides logs for compliance, monitoring, tracks metrics, and KMS manages encryption keys. Only Cloud Advisor provides proactive operational recommendations tied to resource efficiency and best practices. Question 29. While it is true that a company wants to connect its on-premises data center to OSI but cannot afford dedicated links, which approach provides secure encrypted connectivity over the Internet? A. Fast Connect. B. VPN Connect. C. Service Gateway. D. Internet Gateway. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. VPN Connect establishes secure encrypted tunnels over the Internet, enabling private communication between on-premises networks and OSI without dedicated circuits. Fast Connect provides private dedicated connections, but at higher cost. Service Gateway allows private access to OSI services without Internet, and Internet Gateway provides public access, not secure private tunnels. Question 30. In an effort to organize resources for large-scale enterprise projects and track costs accurately across departments, which OSI feature allows tagging resources with metadata and using it for governance and billing. A. Tenancy. B. Compartments. C. Tags. D. Fault domains. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Tags allow attaching metadata to OSI resources, enabling categorization, governance, and cost tracking across departments. Tenancy is the root account structure. Compartments organize resources hierarchically, and fault domains isolate hardware failures. Tags are the primary mechanism for cross-resource management and financial accountability in OSI.